Third and final call, Supreme Bowls, please make your way to the makeup arena. Third and final call, Supreme Bowls, please make your way to the makeup arena. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the 2025 North American International Livestock Exposition. Before we kick off the Supreme Drive for your champion heifers, bulls, and cow-calf pairs, if you're joining us here in Freedom Hall, we now ask that you please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off your 2025 North American Open Supreme Drive, we will begin with introducing your reserve champion for each and every breed. Your reserve Angus female is led by Tucker Bear of Ringgold, Wisconsin. Tucker leads in CLF Pinup Gal 40M, sired by 24 Carat. Your reserve champion Black Hereford female is led by Skyline Farms Incorporated of Cadiz, Ohio. Skyline Farm leads in SKLN Beautiful Eva 250-01N. Your reserve champion Charlotte female is led by Brock Studer of Creston, Iowa. Brock pulls in Boy Montella 410M. Your reserve champion Key Angus female is led by Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky. Kyra leads in Hill Country Kelly 404M. Your reserve champion Kianina female is led by Brett Pembroke of Fairview, Oklahoma. Brett leads in Jason Houdat 4148M. Your reserve champion Hereford female is led by Brady Jensen of Cortland, Kansas. Brady leads in KJDCC 181H Lavender. Your reserve champion Menangus female is led by Colin Federke of Napoleon, Ohio. Colin leads in TJSC Phyllis 400M. And your reserve champion Manaju female is led by Carter Hogue of Pleasantville, Iowa. Carter leads in Carl Milley 48M. Your reserve champion miniature Hereford female is led by Lindley Withrow of Missouri. Lindley leaves in Lexi. Your reserve champion Red Angus female is led by Sandridge Land and Cattle of Forest, Mississippi. Sandridge Land and Cattle leads in Sandridge Mia 5733. Your reserve champion Santa Gertrudis female is led in by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Pitchford Cattle leads in 777 Mockingbird 732. Your reserve champion Shorthorn is led by Bristol Bates of Chandlersville, Ohio. Bristol pulls in MFS Lady Olympia 47M. Your reserve champion purebred Simmental is led in by Chloe Clark of Muldrow, Oklahoma. Chloe leads in JMSC Revlon 408M. Your reserve champion percentage Simmental is led by Brecken Bloomberg of Secor, Illinois. Brecken leads in BRB4 card CC 463M. And now leading off with your breed champions, your champion Angus females led by Kaylee Langford of Breckenridge, Texas. Kaylee leads in UD Sarah's Dream 4010. Your champion balancer females led by Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky. Kyra leads in Butler's Miss Margot 5491M. Your champion Black Hereford female is led by Skyline Farms of Cadiz, Ohio. Skyline leads in SKLN Flamingo, 2403M. Your champion Charlotte females led by Brecky Barnard of Foosland, Illinois. Brecky leads in BFWGB Paisley, 440. Your champion King Angus females led by Braylon Schaefer of Hagerstown, Indiana. Braylon leads in Core Diamond, 403M. Your champion Kianina female is led by Gemma Ann Dorsey of Morrow, Illinois. Jenna brings us Jason Wildcat. Your champion Hereford females led by Colin and Landon Dietzman of Leesburg, Indiana. Colin and Landon bring in Hawk CP Malone, 2402. Your champion limousine females led by Keegan Bonsack of Taylor Ridge, Illinois. Keegan leads in Boy J. Clone Layla, 435M. Your champion Maine Angus females led by Asher Short of Masonville, Iowa. Mason leads in LDSC Black Cap, 486M. Your champion Maine Angus female is led by Samantha Van Voorhees of Bowling Green, Ohio. Samantha leads in TJSC So Sweet, 139M. Your champion maintainer female is led by Hogan Hendrickson of Farmland, Indiana. Hogan leads in BTOM Mila Kunis, 4114M. Your champion Minnie Hereford female is led by Colt Berkheimer of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. Colt brings in BK Peppa, 164N. Your champion Red Angus female is led by Carly Kinsel of Epworth, Iowa. Carly leads in TC Sugar, M172. Your champion Santa Gertrudis female is led by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Pitchford Cattle leads in Miss 777 Lou Casey, 392. Your champion Shorthorn female is led by Carter Wickard of Wilkinson, Indiana. Carter brings in Stack WSCC Chelsea. Your Shorthorn Plus female is led by Ellen Klein of Seymour, Illinois. Ellen leads in MFS Dazzling Bow, 83M. Your champion purebred Simmental is led by Carly Clark of Muldrow, Oklahoma. Carly leads in Jason Rosie, 4288M. Your champion full-blood Simmental female is led by Garrett Jones of Anna, Texas. Garrett walks in MC Page, 678N. And your final champion entering for the Supreme Drive is your champion percent Simmental, led in by Circle M Farms and Rockin' P Livestock of Maysville, Kentucky. Circle M and Rockin' P lead in RP CMFM Wildfire M6. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for all your champion and reserve champions here out for your Supreme Drive. At this time, we'd also like to introduce our judge for your Open Supreme Drive for your heifers, bulls, and cow-calf pairs. Today's duo is John and Jeannie Griswold of Stillwater, Oklahoma. At their ranch, they raise 4 kids, as well as Angus, Simmental, and Maine and Jew cattle. They hold a bull sale, the Grass to Grid, every spring, and an annual female sale every December called The Classic. The G-Bar brand has been stamped on numerous national champion females and seen on hundreds of herd and promotional sires across the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the husband-wife team today, Mr. John and Miss Jeannie Griswold of Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your final call, all Supreme Bulls. Final call, all Supreme Bulls. Second call, all cow-calf pairs. Second call, all Supreme cow-calf pairs. Please make your way to the makeup arena.
I bring that story up because I think these cattle that we make out here need to be relevant to the whole industry. And I think sometimes we get lost in the weeds on the chest. We talk about chest. One time our daughter was showing a heifer. The guy talked to her. He talked for 10 minutes. It seemed like about her chest. I'm like, of all the things that, I mean, do I want a big chested, deep brisket heifer? No. But I mean, let's talk about the power. Let's talk about the doability, the performance. And then we can still hit on those things, but let's do the big things first. And I hope some of the judging team coaches are listening to me, because Jeannie and I listened to Reasons in Tulsa, oh, what was it, a couple years ago? And I mean, we've almost talked we don't do the big things first in a lot of those, or the day we listened, they talked about, I didn't know there were so many ways to talk structure. They talked structure for, 14 different ways to talk it. I just think we need to remember what we're doing. I think these cattle are relevant to the industry. One of my favorite pastimes is when I'm clipping or working, I listen to sales all the time on my phone, and I got a little deal that goes in my ear. And most of the cattle that are sold in the United States are sold on visual appraisal. And this is what we got. This is what we're good at. And I think we need to have these cattle so they're relevant to the industry. These genetics on these cattle, to me, should trickle down through the commercial industry. I know they're prettier than most of them, but I mean, these are on the top 0.01% of the cattle in the country. But I still think these genetics need to be able to funnel down into the people that use these genetics. You want to say anything? Heck of a set of heifers. I mean, it's unbelievable how good they are. And I want to thank one thing I do want to do is thank our crew at home. We're getting ready for our sale, and we should not be leaving right now. We got a lot of cattle to clip, they're still working on the book, but I want to tell them I appreciate them staying home and doing everything while Jeannie and I are gone. And I want to thank my mom. She's been excited about Jeannie and I judging this. And thank our families. And just thanks to all of you, because this is a heck of a good industry. And, you know, when I was young, I thought there wasn't, it was huge. But the older I get, it's really not very big. I mean, I know almost everybody in here. Not everyone, but a lot of you guys. And it's just an honor to be standing in this ring with my wife, and I love her very much, and I'm going to let her say a few words.
Maggie wanted to know, Maggie's our 13-year-old. She wanted to know when I was going to go get my nails done, what earrings I was going to wear, and to make sure I didn't give too long of a speech. She says, I hate it when I'm in the ring and they just keep talking. I want them to get out and pick a heifer. My heifer's falling apart, so I'll keep this pretty short. But I told John this, we've been giving each other what we're going to say on the mic as we've been coming out here, and my dad will be 93 this coming March. And I heard about the green chips from forever. He had brought a pen of feeder calves out here, and he had a trophy, still sits on the edge of his desk. I see it every time I go home. It's covered with ribbons of a lot of years gone by. And at the bottom of that trophy, Louisville feeder calf, or the American Royal feeder calf. I don't know exactly how it reads, but I called him 2 or 3 days ago. And I said, Dad, you took a couple pens out to Louisville. I said, didn't you win that? And he's like, Jeannie, I don't know if I really remember. I had a lot of fun going out there. I hate that I get teary-eyed. That age group, we remember them and they set a foundation, but I just want you to think about that. Winning out here is huge. The females that win here are going to go on to affect the industry. They're going to make donors. You're going to see that name on pedigrees for generations. And it's a big deal. I know how much work goes into getting each and every one of these ready. But at the end of the day, this pedigree in 40 years is going to be how many generations back? But what you are going to remember is not that trophy that sits on the edge of your desk. You're going to remember those people that are standing on the outside of that rink, those buddies you slap on the back, those friendships, those relationships. That's what makes this so great. It's people. The cattle are secondary. They're huge accomplishments. They are a representative of everything that we do, and I commend all of you for the quality it is out there. But the biggest thing I hope today is that when we walk out of this room, we remember we're in this industry together. We're here to build, we're here to be buddies, and we're here to be friends, and that's what really matters when it comes down to it. A great set of cattle. Jack, where are you? We had to bring Jack. He got sick right before we came. I hope he's watching this and not on my phone. Jack Wallace, you better be by the ring. Well, he wanted to come out here, but we're going to go and pick a champion for you. And what an honor it is to come and judge on these green chips. Thank you.
Congratulations, your Supreme Champion Heifer of your 2025 North American Open Beef Show from your Angus division goes to Kaylee Langford of Breckenridge, Texas. In for your champion Angus steps in Tucker Bayer of Ringgold, Wisconsin with CLF Pinup Gal 40M. And your reserve Supreme Champion of your 2025 North American Open Supreme Show from your Percentage Simmental breed, Circle M Farms and Rockin' P Livestock with entry RP CMFM Wildfire M6. In steps your reserve percentage Simmental female exhibited by Brecken Bloomberg of Secor, Illinois, with card CC 463M. Congratulations. Your third overall goes to your limousine breed, Mr. Keegan Steck of Taylor Ridge, Illinois. Fourth overall, also from your percentage Simmental, goes to Brecken Bloomberg of Secor, Illinois. In your fifth overall, out of your main and Jew breed, goes to Samantha Van Voorhees of Bowling Green, Ohio. Congratulations once again to all of our heifer exhibitors. This is your third and final call. Cow-calf pairs, please make your way to the makeup arena. Third and final call. Cow-calf pairs, please make your way to the makeup arena. Attention exhibitors, there are no aerosol cans permitted in the makeup arena. Once again, no aerosol cans are permitted in the makeup arena. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be leading into the Supreme Bull Drive here in Freedom Hall, kicking off with the parade of your reserve champions. From your Angus breed, your reserve champion is exhibited by Piper Cates of Modoc, Indiana. Piper leads in SSF Sanctuary 1175. Your reserve champion Key Bull is led by Anna Lee Pullman of Delphus, Ohio. Anna Lee leads in RJPF On-Site 421M. Your reserve champion Hereford Bull is led by Piper Cease of Thurmont, Maryland. Piper brings to us MML Joe Havoc 7L. Your reserve champion Limousine Bull is led by Kessler Collins of Flanagan, Illinois. Kessler leads in Keno 5N. Your reserve champion Man and Jew is led by Mason Jolliffe of Kenton, Ohio. Mason leads in MJCC Nemo. Your reserve champion Maintainer Bull is led by Bristol Bates of Chandlersville, Ohio. Bristol leads in BRWF Blueprint 22-8N. Your reserve champion Percentage Simmental Bull is led by Red River Farms and Circle M Farms. They lead in C4 Recall 600M. Your champion Angus Bull is led in by Clifford Bush & Sons, Seldom Rest Farms, and Zachary McCall of Niles, Michigan. They lead in MC Caesar 3109. Your champion Charlie Bull is led by Jeff's Cattle Company of Stephenville, Texas. They lead in JFS Cowboy Capital. Your champion Key Angus Bull is led by Classic Genetics. Classic Genetics leads in Cardinal Crosshair 18L. Your champion Kiandina Bull is led by Katie and Sam Rucker of Montague, Texas. They lead in DAJS Metallica Cat 1124. Your champion Hereford Bull is led by Bill Wilderman of New Windsor, Maryland. Bill leads in Silo, Branston, 2404. Your champion Limousine Bull is led by Logan Schilling of Kansas. Logan leads in Old 24 Manhattan. Your champion Man and Jew Bull is led by Beaupres Land and Cattle and J.S. Simmentals of Maxwell, Iowa. They lead in BOE Fade. Your champion Maintainer Bull is led by Spellinger Cattle of Iowa. Spellingers bring in Popular Demand. Your champion Red Angus Bull is led by Sandridge Land and Cattle of Forest, Mississippi. They lead in Sandridge Cosmic Cowboy 4551. Your champion Santa Gertrudis Bull is led by Pitchford Cattle of Eustis, Texas. Pitchford Cattle leads in 777 Bet on Red. Your champion Shorthorn Bull is led by Gypsy Creek Ranch of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Gypsy Creek Ranch leads in CF in Demand. Your champion Shorthorn Plus Bull is led by Samantha Van Voorhees of Bowling Green, Ohio. Samantha leads in SVV Stormfront 1824. Your purebred Simmental Bull is led in by Rodney Parson and Shrich Simmentals. They lead in Pays to Win L38. Your champion full-blood Simmental Bull is led by Garrett Jones of Anna, Texas. Garrett leads in GJC HR Maximilian 201M. Your champion percentage Simmental Bull is led by Kylie Collins, Elmore Cattle Services, and XTB Cattle Company of Waukomis, Oklahoma. They lead in BKC Redeemed M89. And let's, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for all of our bull exhibitors. Attention to all of our Supreme Cow-Calf pairs. Please make your way to the makeup arena. Your show will begin immediately following the bull show. Once again, all Supreme Cow-Calf pair exhibitors, please bring your cattle down to the makeup arena immediately. Your show will begin as soon as the bull show is completed.
I called Jakey on the way out here yesterday, and he said, I had a guy come up to me. He said, how will John's supreme speech be? He goes, probably not very good, and it'll only last 30 seconds. But he goes, that's why he's got Jeannie here. So this bulls are a little more challenging. Those heifers were just incredible. There's a lot of good bulls out here that fit their their breed and their specific purpose. I guess if for me, the more I look at them, it still comes down to me listening to those sales and looking what will trickle down the best in the industry. And I think we got to keep that important. I think the people that come to this show, I think I wish we got a picture hanging in our bathroom in the office, and it's a picture like this where they're picking us, look like a Chicago. They're picking the bulls, and it's packed. And I wish we had that for these bulls, because I think I know we can do it where we breed these bulls to trickle down through the industry instead of just raising show heifers and especially in a couple certain breeds. I've really noticed there's one direction they go. It's almost like two breeds within a breed. You go one way for raising bulls and one way from raising show heifers. And for me, I don't get that. I think we can have it all. But you got anything to say, Jeannie?
He knows I always have something to say. You know, the bull industry is something, I grew up showing and things, but I grew up in Utah. We lived in cow country. My family had a bull sale every spring, and we sold to 98% commercial cattlemen. What we did was, it made or break those guys. The right size, the right foot size, the right scrotal development. I tagged along with my dad. I know I talk about two people a lot in my life, John Griswold and Gib Yardley. They're two of the most influential people that I've been with, and I've always enjoyed sorting cattle with both of them. We don't always see 100% eye to eye, and we have differences, but by golly, we have a lot of fun doing it. This is our business still. This is still what John and I do. This is what I grew up doing. This is what we do. And, I would put something out there. There's probably not a whole bunch of these Chase EPD number guys that are watching us stand in this ring at Louisville. But I would say this to them: bring your bull to the show. Let's put them out here. Let's put the numbers and the power and everything together, and let's make this industry so that it can go hand in hand. From the time I was this big, I followed my dad around, and we'd go in those pen bulls in Denver, and we'd go through every single one of them. And my dad was the guy who would go and move their tail over, look at their scrotal development. He wanted to see if they had too much sheath. We ran in brush country. He wanted to see if they had good feet underneath them, because guess what? We were going to go on the mountain. We were going to trail cows, and they had to be able to walk up there, walk back, trail the water. They had to have good feet. They had to be able to withstand some rocks, some substance. They had to have some power to them. I told John this today. Somebody was talking about these cattle that were hanging on the rail, and they says, if I'm going to buy them, I don't really want them to have any bone. I want them to be made like an Angus that's going to hang really good. Well, let me tell you something. If you're going to have cows that are going to last, you better have a little bit of substance under them. You better have some doability. And I wish we could just somehow bring those two worlds together, because I know they can work. I've seen them work. I've seen these kind of genetics go out and work on commercial cows. But this is where my heart is, right here in the bull ring. And I think we've got some bulls in here that definitely can make a difference in the industry. That's the thing about Louisville. These bulls have the potential to go out and be on a lot of pedigrees. We need to make sure that their that they have the right scrotal development, that they hang right, they've got the right foot size, and we've got a lot of differences in size, maturity, and a lot of things like that. We're going to take that into consideration when we go out and slap these bulls, but a great set. We're going to go and choose your champions.
Congratulations, your Supreme Champion Bull of your 2025 North American Open Show from your Hereford division was exhibited by Bill Wilderman. Bill exhibited Silo HS Branston 2404. In for your Supreme Bull steps in your reserve champion Hereford, exhibited by Piper Cease. In your reserve Supreme Champion Bull out of your Angus division, it's exhibited by Clifford Bush and Sons, Seldom Rest Farms, and Zachary McCall. In steps your reserve champion Angus, exhibited by Piper Cates. Your third overall bull of your 2025 North American out of your Shorthorn division is exhibited by Gypsy Creek Ranch. Your fourth overall bull out of your percent Simmental division was exhibited by Kylie Collins, Elmore Cattle Services, and XTB Cattle Company of Waukomis, Oklahoma. In steps your reserve percent Simmental champion exhibited by Red River Farms and Circle M Farms. And congratulations, your 5th overall bull here at your 2025 North American Open Show. And of your purebred Simmental division is exhibited by Rodney Parson and Shrick Slimentals of Graceville, Pennsylvania. Congratulations once again to all of our open bull exhibitors. And now we'll be kicking off the cow-calf pair portion of today's Supreme Final Drive. Your champion, Charlotte cow-calf pair is led by Santa Creek Ranch and Abigail Peck. Sand Creek Ranch leads in W2 Starstruck. Your champion main and jute pair is led by Leslie Beach of Collins, New York. Leslie leads in EJB Whoa Vicky 519C. Your champion maintainer cow-calf pair is led by Gracie Fletcher of Florida. Gracie leads in Finn Black Cadillac. Your champion shorthorn cow-calf pair is led by Don Cagwin of Virginia, Illinois. Don leads in CCS Cherry Soda 406L. Your champion shorthorn plus cow-calf pair is led by Bristol Souls of Sperry, Oklahoma. Bristol leads in TESCC Limitless Dreams 927L. Your champion purebred Simmental cow-calf pair is led by West Point Cattle and Bella Wildermuth of New Bavaria, Ohio. West Point Cattle leads in MR Sassy Sister 70H. Your reserve champion purebred Simmental cow-calf pair is led by Orchard Acres of Brandon, Wisconsin. Orchard Acres leads in a CO How to Do the Thing Right 56.
we know everyone's trying to get out of here, so we won't take as long on this deal. But anyway, just want to thank everybody for having us come, and thank you, Charlie, for calling. I couldn't believe the day he called and said he wanted Jeannie and I to come, but I was just an unbelievable honor to get this privilege to do this. So anyway, I appreciate you, and we'll pick you 5 of these, and thanks again. Here's Jeannie.
One thing I always wanted to do is judge Big Show with my dad. So Jack is going to come out here with us today, and I hope he always, always, always remembers standing out here with John and I. I'll tell you what, this is the first time ever, we've been married 15 years, that John and I were going to come somewhere, just him and I. We have never been on a solo trip since we've had babies. And the night before we left, Jack got the stomach flu. He's better now. So he's not contagious if he breathes all over you. And we made him a little bed in the back of the car, and we came on. I'm darn glad he's here with us. I hope he always remembers. He's going to slap your champion today. You know, one thing that gets me super pumped, I've got a little sister in Wyoming. Their family raises a lot of commercial cows. They feed a lot of calves. They're heavily, heavily involved in the commercial industry. And her husband have a little set of about 30 head of cows. And she FaceTimes me. They've got 3 little kids. Not a ton of extra pocket change. And she FaceTimes me. She uses some of our bulls. And she'll FaceTime me to show me what she thinks of them. And that is one of the highlights of this industry in all reality. Seeing those families that are starting out with good cattle and making good cattle and working to make it happen. I love show heifers when they're all fit and they're all presented well. But what I love more, I told John this the other day, is going out and seeing a 10-year-old cow with a good bag still and a calf that she brings in every single year that's top of the pen. The cow-calf sector, it's very difficult to get these ready and to get them presented right, but this is what it's all about. Bringing them out, seeing what they look like when they're milking, seeing what they're doing with that calf. How are they performing? What are they going to make? What are they going to do? This is the true test of what a female is going to be. We're going to go out and pick your champions, but a great set of cattle.
Okay, I forgot one request from Maggie. She said somewhere in this show, Dad, you got to say
6, 7.
So we wish we could have picked 6 or 7 of those heifers earlier, but anyway. Okay, Maggie, there you go.
Congratulations, your Supreme Cow-Calf pair out of your purebred Simmental division was exhibited by West Point Cattle and Bella Wildermuth of New Bavaria, Ohio. In their place steps your reserve champion from your purebred Simmentals, exhibited by Orchard Anchors. Congratulations, your reserve Supreme Cow-Calf pair out of your maintainer division goes to Gracie Fletcher of Florida. Third overall cow-calf pair out of your Shorthorn division was exhibited by Don Cagwin of Virginia, Illinois. Your fourth overall cow-calf pair out of your Maine and Jew division is exhibited by Leslie Meach of Collins, New York. In your fifth overall cow-calf pair out of your Charolais breed was exhibited by Sand Creek Ranch and Abigail Peck. Once again, this does conclude the shows here for your 2025 North American. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attendance here in Louisville, Kentucky. We'll see you all in 2026. Everybody have great travels and God bless you all.